Hello, guys. All right, so let's get into this dream. I remember it was 1993, and I was like 17 years old, and I had this dream. So I remember going straight into the dream. I remember I woke up, like I look around, and I'm in a giant garden. It's a beautiful garden. Kind of like one of those palace gardens. Let's say like the Palace of Versailles, the garden. Like it was something huge. I remember I saw it was like a labyrinth of a maze, like a maze of like bushes, maze. And at the distance I could see that there was a palace. There was a palace. It was like a nice, big, beautiful building, right? A palace. And I remember I looked and I was like, all right, well, I need to get out of here. And I see this maze, and I see in a distance another side in the garden. I see that there's a gazebo, but it was like one of those cement gazebos. It was a really nice building, like a gazebo type of building. And I saw three figures, like three shadows. So I started making my way towards those three shadows. And I started getting there, and when I approach and I get closer, I see who those three people are. It's three people sitting there, and I remember I saw a man that he looked kind of like a dark type of figure. He seemed, he was like an evil person. That's what I felt from the dream, that this person was not a good person. It was a sinister person, and on him there was a woman, and she was dressed like a witch. She had, piercings and tattoos, and like very, the clothing that she had, her nails and stuff, and she was like all over him, and like caressing him and stuff. And I remember that, yeah, she looked, like kind of resembled like a witch, right? And then there's another man there, a little bit way off, in the background, and he was dressed really nice. He was very elegant, and I remember he was dressed, yeah, he was very elegant, older man. He was, he was older, very classy man in a very nice suit. And I remember there was a cauldron, like they had a cauldron there. It's like this big, giant, big pot, how like the witches, use their, do cast their spells. It was a big cauldron, that's what it was. And they were cooking something, it was something weird. I looked and I was just like, what is this, And then the man, the older man, the classy guy in the suit tells me, you don't know who this is? Or asked me, who, you don't know who this is? Show some respect. And I was like, I don't know who this guy is, But I looked at the pot, and they were cooking something. And then the woman, she said, go ahead, have a taste. And like a dumbass, I'm like, I get, I think there was like some kind of like a spoon. I got one of those big wooden spoons, and I tasted it. And it tasted, I remember that I still remember what it tasted like. It tasted like spaghetti sauce, some spaghetti sauce. So these three people were Italian. I don't know what, but anyways, when I tasted, I got really scared. I'm like, and then I pretty much I was waking up out of dream because I was like freaking out. And then I remember it was like something like a voice kind of like explained the dream and who these people were. And it was like the Antichrist. It says it's pretty much the devil, the Antichrist. What was it? Antichrist, the false prophet, and the beast. That's what it was. So the Antichrist, the false prophet, and the beast. And then that was it. And then I woke up, and then I was 17 years old, so I was like, what the heck was that? Why do I have these crazy dreams? Like, I'm not even making this up. Like, I barely read the Bible when I was a kid. Like, once in a blue moon. I started reading it after, like maybe like in the 17, 18, I started reading it more. But I was like, where are these dreams coming from? It was just crazy. But you be the judge, you comment down below. So I had a dream of that. It was pretty much the Antichrist, the beast, and the false prophet. And that and then it said this, remember the voice said that they were cooking up something sinister, and that everybody was going to get a taste. which kind of freaked me out. So I woke up and I was freaking out. I'm like, what the heck is this? Why am I having these dreams? And supposedly, yeah, that was it. Anyways, guys, very peculiar dreams, very crazy. I don't know why my brain was doing this, but I want to share with you guys, and could be very prophetic. Of course, the Bible talks about that. The Bible talks about in the book of Revelation of the Antichrist, pretty much a man possessed by the devil, and it's gonna have a beast that's gonna have the same authority as him, and then the false prophet, and then the false prophet, I guess supposedly it's going to be like a religion or like a church or something. And then I guess the beast is going to be like a form of government. I don't know. So the beast is going to be a form of government. He is, of course, is going to be like the leader, the beast, the government, and then the false prophet, like the church, like a religion. And that's it. So we know it's in there. It's in the Bible. So I pray that when this all happens, because it's not if, it's when all this happens, everybody is prepared. Everybody knows that you need to follow Christ. You need to surrender and seek for wisdom and protection. And we just pray for that in Jesus' name. That's it, guys. Till next time. Bye.